For this session, we are going to use the same formula we used last time. I'm going to change the first formula. I mean, the content of the first formula. So I'm going to search compensation, uh, person selection, compensation, person selection. I'm going to search that. I'm going to edit the formula. Okay, I'm going to remove the whole content. Sorry about that. Correct. Okay, I'm going to remove the whole formula content. Okay, just I'm going to change this part. Select the person whose total salary of the job is greater than 50,000. Yeah, this part. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Asap, effective date. Okay, this is the. Okay, now what are we going to do? First, we are going to initialize the first formula, DBAs. Okay, declare DBI. Okay, last time we used the called default for. Okay, so this time that initializing for defaulting for array is okay. Array DBA syntax is a little different. Okay, I'm going to say that the default underscore data value for, okay, I'm giving it, since it is a date, I use, okay, I have a kind of, I'm just a copy and paste it. Okay, start date. Okay, that is, okay. Same thing I do here. Please see the syntax again. This is default underscore data value. Okay, and it is end date. And default data value for is -1 because it's a number. So we are telling it's -1. Okay. Default data value for it is for the status type. Okay, is space. Okay, default data value for is space. Okay, this is effective latest change. This we are expecting this is active, should be active. This is change is equal to y. Okay. Now this is what we are basically validating that assignment. Now we have to get the salary from the salary table. So that is default for, okay, because that is that the one value, single value DBA. Okay, that is okay. That is comp assignment salary annual amount is -1. Okay, so we could have all this one. Now what is that we need it now? We are not going to work on any of that input value because for us everything based on effective date. Okay, so what I do here, L data L temp. Okay, I set some temp. It is a dummy variable because since that is a function. Okay, I'm just saying here. Okay, so I'm entering. So this is log. I'm telling you, I'm entering into this one. Okay, so I have a two return value is y, and salary is salary equal to 0. Okay, so what I do here now. Okay, okay, now that is 0. Okay, sorry, that is 0. Now return. Okay, now I know what is I am returning it. Return value will be returned. So program is done. Just I am saving it. Okay. Okay, so that part. So now I'm correcting it. Okay, now salary is done. Now what I do? I'm taking that assignment. Okay. L person ID. Okay. Get context person ID -1 is a default, is getting the context. Okay. L assignment ID. I don't know why I'm putting always that. Is it that? I don't know why that dot is coming from. I have no idea. It is something keyboard issue. I don't know. Anyway, get context. Okay, this HR assignment ID. Assignment ID. Okay, -1. Assignment ID is assignment ID. Okay, now what I do here? Okay, L date. L date is. I don't know why that is coming. Okay, get context. I'll make it a little bigger if in case if you don't see it. Okay, that, yeah, now it looks a little better. Okay, L date is active date. Okay, I have this one as a default value. So you have it here. I have this as another default value and closing it. So I have the effective date too. Now as usual, I'll print this part. Okay. Person ID. Okay, it is okay. Today I'm going to use a different stuff. Last time we can get in it. This time we are putting a plus. This also work. Okay, you don't have to, not necessarily you have to use a concatenation. Now I got that person ID. Okay, person ID. Okay, now I'm copying these three. Now I have two more. Okay, person ID, assignment ID, SG assignment ID. Okay, here this is effective date, F date, effective date. Okay, effective date. Okay, we got effective date. Now we got it. Okay, now we got this one. Now what I'm going to do here is, now I have to find a way of looping it. Basically, I'm going to loop through ROUG through the person assignment. Okay. Okay. Now what I do? I have to find out. There are many ways you can do that. Some people do that, like they initialize a variable with the one, then they says till it finds the last one, they go through that. That's the way they do that. But it has got some problem. Okay, in a real case, I'll explain you when I come to the problem. So you just that the perfect way of doing here is get the first index, then loop through the next index. That is how I do that. There's a reason. I'll explain you later why I'm doing that when I am working on that like a variable, right? Basically that array variable. I'll explain you why it is. Okay. Now what I do here is I'm having a variable called index. I'm getting that assignment ID of the first index. We saw that there is a variable called first dot FIR first. Okay. Now -1 is my this one. Okay. Before that, what I do here, I take the count. I don't need this one for my, but I can do, okay, I can do that. I just show you how does the count work. Okay. Okay. Now I'm also putting that into that count of assignment. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to use it anywhere, just to show how the count works. Count of ASG. Okay. Sorry about my typos. Okay, count of assignment. So assignment is counted. Okay, I'm not going to use that for anything. Now I got the first index. Now what I'm going to do here is, okay, while, okay, this one exists, okay, index. So till that index exists, what I'm telling here is loop. Okay, till that index exists, loop. Okay, now that is fine. I'm going to loop it. So now what I'm going to do for the next loop, what I'm going to do here is, I'm telling here index is okay. Next of which index? Okay, so the story here is I got the first one. The first is exists. It is coming. It is finding the next index. Okay, if the next index is available, that would be 2. Okay, then 2 will be there. Then it is coming down. Now it is finding the 3. Assume that 33 is not there. Now what it is returning is -1. Now it goes to loop and say the -1 exists there. No, it is not exists. It comes out. That is how it loops. So as long as it finds the value that, like, the rows in the array, it will loop through. Okay. Now I got that. Now the thing is, the validation what we are going to do there is, we are going to get that the start date, effective end date, then we are going to validate against the effective date. Okay, that is the first validation. So we know that the row, since we saw that the whole row coming for a person, all the date tracking row is coming there. So we are trying to find out the row which is false within that effective date. Okay, effective date between start date and end date. That is the condition we are going to apply that. Okay, I'm just putting a variable. Okay. Now I'm going to use the start date. Okay. Index. Okay. Delete. Index. Okay. End date index. Index. I'll take other two also. Status type, L type, L change. Okay. L type. I'm not sure. Okay. L type, index, L change equal to. Okay. There could be more than this validation. but this is enough for you to explain the concept. Okay. Now what is happening here is I'm using the index. Basically the first row is coming here. I'm looking for the value of start date, end date, status type, effective date of the first row. Then the second row coming into looking for second row. That's the reason I told you when you are using this kind of a validation within the loop, you have to take it from a same route. Okay, because now we are validating a information from one row, a one select statement. Okay, select star from ID, start date, end date, type, change. So we are validating a one row. If you are using the DBA from a different routes, so the index may not that okay that this might be having 10 row, but that may not have that other route may not have a 10 row. Even if you have a row, it's not necessarily it is going to match it. So if you are using the DBA from a different route, you end up in trouble. Okay, so that is basically like logically it is wrong. Not only trouble, logically wrong. That doesn't work. So you have to make sure when you are making this kind of a loop and validating the rows, make sure you are getting it from a same route. Now, if you ask me I'm going to find out the row, I don't know because I have my own application to find out. I don't know. You have to basically look. You have to do a select statement. You have to find out, or you have to talk to somebody to find out. I don't know if there is enough. I don't know how to find out, but make sure it's coming from the same route. Okay. Now, my first validation is before I'm putting a validation, I make sure like now I'm writing that I'm logging the information. Okay. Error state. I just say error state. Error state. Okay. I just make the 4 of it, 3 of it, then I'll. I just save it so that I won't lose anything. Okay, I'm just cancelling it, goes back to that. I'm coming back to correct. Okay. Okay, now I do the end date. End date. Okay. End date. Now I'm putting a type. Type is already a character. So I don't need that to char part. Okay, I don't need a to char part. L type. So I'm writing one more. So I got change. So it's the last change or not. That is the thing. So now I go that. Now I'm going to write the validation. Okay, validation. I know that I'm going to write the validation. Okay, I'm not going to explain the validation here because I already explained it. But when you are writing a formula, make sure you are putting all your command properly. Okay, this is how you put the command, like that C style. Okay, now if I say if L date is greater than equal to L S date. No, yeah, that's it. Greater than equal to S date. I don't know. There's a between is there, but I never checked. But this works exactly the way we want it. Okay, L date less than equal to L end date. Okay, if that is true, so that basically that falls within the effective date. Okay. Then okay, don't forget to put the bracket. Don't put okay. Now that is fine. Yeah. Okay. So what happened? What I expect? Okay, the date is working fine. We know the date is working fine. So I'm telling now, if the second row, I can put in the same row. Just just to make it easier, I'm putting in the 2 rows. L type I'm expecting to be okay. L type I'm expecting to be active ACTIVE and L change equal to be y. So, opening the bracket. Okay, and the bracket. Okay, now what happened? Now the condition is fine. Now I'm doing here is, what's the variable I'm using it? Salary and salary, salary. So salary, okay, the type is true. Now what I suppose, I'm sorry, I'm fine here. So I got that index. If this condition is true, then I'm going to, the condition is true, then I'm going to do that, okay? Change context. Okay, the only thing I haven't got that yet is assignment. Okay, assignment. So that is, I'm getting it here. The first time is the same assignment, but we have it. The second time the assignment may change. Okay. Okay, if this is true, I'm also writing the assignment here. Okay. Assignment. Got that right. Assignment. Okay, assignment is there. That is fine. Okay, I'm putting a message here. I'm changing the context. So you know that I'm going to change the context. Changing the context for the assignment. All right. So setting context for that assignment. That is fine. Okay. So I say the change context. What was the context? Contexts. Okay, because you can set more than one context. HR assignment ID L assignment. Okay. Then open the bracket because I explained last time. The change context works within that block. Okay. The only thing I want to explain to you here is about the change context. Typo is here. I seen a lot of the developers. I mean, a lot of formula. They change the context. As soon as they come here, they change the context to effective date. As soon as they come inside, they change the context to assignment. They do that. Then only they started doing a logic. Even there's no changes. There's no any changes happening in the assignment. You don't have to do that. You unnecessarily wasting your time or making it work for you unnecessarily, because by default the context is set when the formula is called. You are going to change the context when there is any changes. You need to change some context value. Then if you are changing, only you have to set it. You don't have to set it without reason. There are some people think there are some kind of many times I see some kind of concept going on. Before you are using that DBA, you have to set the context. No, you don't have to set it. By default, you are getting the value. Okay. Only you are doing here. I'm doing it. The first time I don't have to do that, but since it is within the loop, I'm setting it. Because even I don't know the first time also may not, because first time it may not pass through the condition. So I have to set it here. Here basically without setting it, I cannot get the value of the different assignment. That is the only reason I'm setting it. Here also I'm not setting the effective date. I'm setting only the value which is changing is assignment ID. The effective date is the same. I'm going to get the salary for the same effective date. So I don't have to set it. Okay. Now salary equal to salary plus I am getting that salary. Okay. Okay. Here is a single value. There is no this one. So the value is coming as it is. Okay. Now after getting it, I'm telling here salary. Okay, I'm not okay. In an ideal situation, I put that into a salary into a variable. I print the salary, then I will add that. I also like log the total. This is fine for me. So every time I'll get that added salary, not that annual salary. Okay, the first time I'll get the annual salary. Second time onwards, I'll print that. Okay, here there's a one more. There's a one more. Okay, one more. This one coming here. Okay. So now what happened? It is going to through every this one and is validating it. It is going to come out of it. Okay. Now finally, when you are coming out of the loop, okay, this is not definitely this is not the optimal way of writing it because I'm going through every assignment of every person. So you may get a performance hit if you are really using it, but it is just for the making you to understand the concept. That's the reason I'm doing this way. Okay, if salary is if salary. Okay, after completing the loop, I'm going through every salary. The salary is greater than say 5,000. Sorry, 5,000. Then I'm going to put that return value to yes. Okay, return. Sorry, 12. Right. Okay, return value. This is not case sensitive. Actually, you can use return value small letter, bigger letter. That is everything is fine. I'm just using it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm doing here is final salary. I just say final salary. Okay. Final salary. Okay, that is what we are doing. It is coming only final salary. If it is greater than 50,000, is coming here. So, no, sorry, this is wrong here. This is supposed to be end of the loop. After the loop, it should be okay. So, okay, now what is happening here? Logically, we'll go through and just view that one more time. Then we'll do that. Okay, make sure you're doing it fine. Okay, now we are going through every loop. Going through every assignment we are going through. We are getting the value of the assignment rows, the same row. Then you are validating the row. If that validation happened through like going through, fine. That basically is that effect active and that last row. I mean last change row. The date is within the date. Then I'm getting the salary. Okay. Here I am not validating the salary type and means assignment type. I mean assignment. Type here I'm only validating assignment status type, not the assignment type. We supposed to validate that too. Yeah, that it has to be employee or ex-employee and all this stuff. Okay, this is just to explain the concept, so that is fine. Then if the salary is among that, the return value is coming as, then return value is locked. It is coming out that. Okay, I'm saving that. I'm compiling it. Okay, most of the time, another particular first time. Okay, I'm not surprised. 56. What is 56? 56 change. See, con. Okay, 42. 56 line, what is 56 line? Okay, I got that. What do I mean? CHANGE change context. Sorry, okay, this is supposed to be equal to that. Okay, okay, combine. Again, okay. Per history assignment effective data change must have a default. Per history assignment effective data change must have a default statement. Don't we have it? Per history assignment effective data change, it is there. No, that is right. Changes default is per history assignment effective data change must have a default. Default data value for per history changes. I don't see the problem there. Per history effective data changes. That's not right change. Changes right. I'm not seeing anything wrong here. Okay, just make sure there's not any copy paste some character. I don't see anything. There's no submitting it. I'm comparing it. Database item per history assignment effective data change. Okay, go out sometime. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, I know what's the problem here. Sorry, it was my fault. At least I didn't close this properly. Okay, so but why that is causing the issue? Is it because of I have a value here? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Okay, refresh. T7 16 syntax character 16. Okay, 16 default for commission salary times -1. I don't see any problem here. Default for CMP assignment salary. What does it say? Assignment is -1. And syntax character line. Okay, sorry. Sometimes you're copying and pasting it. It may not. The only thing I'm seeing there default TF. Okay, so typo. TF TE default TF AVLT. AVLT is right. TF AVLT. Say that. Okay. Come on. Sorry. I was mistake. Default TF AVLT. Default TF AVLT. Save. Okay, done finally. Sorry about the whole typos and all this stuff. Okay. Okay, now we done that. We are going back. Okay, we are selecting here. We are making sure this is done. Okay, now we are going to run it and see how that the output look like. I'm going back to this one. I'm taking generate statement. Okay, I pick up that what's that called? Any statement you can pick it up. Anyway, we are going to execute that part. So I'm picking up that 12th. Okay, so I'm going to put a manager hierarchy. Okay, CWP. So I'm picking up that Churchill is a prime minister, but here is a president. Somebody promoted him. I put person formula. Okay, putting a person formula here. I'm going to submit it. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. It's processing it, started processing it. Okay, so the child thread started. So basically it is like this is XML started, somebody is passed through. Okay, I will go to that log and see that the log is not available here. You have to go to the ESS monitor process. Okay, I got this guy here. So succeeded the whole thing. I'm looking for a okay, looking for that. The log is not here. I'm surprised the log is not here. Okay, the log is here. Okay, I'm downloading the log. I'm going to open the log. Okay, now we'll go from top to top. Okay, now this is entering. Person ID is there. Okay, assignment. Okay, just I brought a little bit of down to. Okay, the entering person ID is here. Assignment date, we know that effective date is the system date, that's today. There's two count. The assignment has got two count. Now, first assignment is working that is active. So, okay, now is the date is 21 is so this one? Yes, this is the date is fine, active is fine. Okay, now setting for the context of that assignment, salary is not there -1. Okay. Okay, the mistake what I did was I didn't validate, it is not defaulted. Okay, that is a mistake, I did that. Now it is taking the -1 and it is picking up. Okay, there's a two-way I can do that to fix it here. Either I can default give it 0, there's no problem, then I don't have to do anything, or I have to check whether it is defaulted or not. Okay, that validation has to done that. Okay, we'll do the correction, we'll do the correction on that. Okay, change is there, active salary is not there. Okay, now when you are coming for the second round, the salary is there. It is 22 like 226,768 final salary. So the guy is passing through, so there's coming out yes. Okay, we take the other assignment, the salary is -1. Okay, so that is wrong here. Okay, that the guy probably it is what the second salary is 17, is 179. Look like everybody is above 50,000. Look like okay. We'll see if anybody is here with a sorry, everybody is with M. Look like that organization, a rich organization, everybody has got more than 50,000 is passing through. So now only thing I do here is, anyway, it's working. The only thing I'll show you how do I fix the salary instead of -1, then I'll come back to that part, okay. I'll go back to first formula. Go back to first formula. First formula. Okay, I go here, person selection, compensation, person selection. I'm going here. I'm correcting here. There's two ways I can correct that. I set instead of the salary is -1, I can give a 0. 0. So basically by default 0. So 0 is not there. Or what I can do here is you can come here, I can say that if it was not defaulted. Last time, the last session we saw that how to validate that not defaulted condition. If that condition you can put that. Here it works fine. So I'm saving it. I'm compiling it. Okay, refreshing it. Refreshing it. Okay, now we go, we'll run it one more time and we finish the tutorial. Okay, I think it's called generation. The next statement. Okay, I go for the same guy. I think it's start with G. Go for this one. I take anything is fine for me. Formula, I'm taking person selection. I take that 0 with the same person. Just tell the president. Okay, I will run it. Okay, I'm sorry, it became a bit longer session because of my typos caused me a bit delays. I hope you learned something out of my mistake. If you have any questions or any suggestions or anything, like you can put it in my comment, so I know that, because I know you understand what is going on. That if you like it, that also you can tell. Okay, now if you look at the salary is 0 to, so by default salary is coming to 0. Okay, so if you are looking at here, looking at the first person, okay, it's coming count to 0, so salary is 0 by default. So first assignment there. Here somehow I seen that the first assignment is skipped. Look like we have to have one more validation. But if you see that like different like DBA, if you are using it like assignment type or something, you can fix that too. Okay, that's it. We are done for the day. Okay, thank you. If you have, as I said, if you have any comment or anything, please let me know. And I put that script. I put that whole formula into the my blog, and already I have the same blog in detail. Like you can go and read that also. So I put the link to that. The script will be in my blog. Okay, the link to the blog will be in the description. Thank you. See you next time with a different. Okay, see you next time.